So let's say you just got some brand new tools. Awesome. That's awesome, man. Now, how are you going to organize them? I want to give you guys just a little tour of my organization system right behind me here. This actually stems from a viewer that had asked just a question on a little tour of my shop. This is by no means a flex on the tools I got, and when you see the tools I got, you'll understand they're nothing special. But maybe this will be helpful for you guys in just your theory of organization, or it can help you work a little better to get a job done more efficiently. Hopefully, it helps you out. It's also really cold outside, so we don't got much better things to do right now. Let's just talk about some tools. There's really two big theories that I have when I organize my tool bench. Number one, the cleanest workspace is the most efficient workspace. And number two, the most common tools should also be the most closest tools to your hands. So here's my workspace. You walk in the door, you get your safeties on, and we got the front bench. This is really the only thing I want to highlight here. What really annoys me is having a nice big bench and losing all your square footage to toolboxes. You get a socket set, you set it on top of your bench, you just wasted space. So all the common tools, I want to make sure they're hanging. And honestly, this is better than 3D printing. I just got some wood, some 1/2 inch dowel, some 1/4 inch dowel, some 3/8 dowel, and I made my whole setup for sockets here. They're at a 45-degree angle. We got the regular sockets, the deep sockets, and then the bottom shelf's all 1/2 inch drive. The top left is all 1/4 inch drive. Top right is all 3/8 drive, and then our drivers to match. I have a few tools lended out right now. As you can see, I'm missing 2 torque wrenches. These aren't special tools. They're just Mastercraft and Princess Auto or Harbor Freight kind of quality stuff. And this is what I get with my students. They work with this stuff all the time. Over here, we have our electronics section. So we got all our flashlights, a couple electronic tools that are most commonly used, and my 2 Milwaukee drills. And I never actually afforded the luxury of ratchet wrenches and never thought I would get ratchet wrenches, but my students got them for me for a Christmas present. Talk about the best present ever. They actually graduated, those students, already, but they're pretty cool. If you're watching, shout out to you guys. The other thing I like to do is group things together. So you'll notice we got the vise, and right behind the vise, we have the vise affiliated tools. I mean, let's be honest, guys. You're probably going to hammer on your vise. Just a little bit. So you might as well get the tools closer. Next, big thing I'd recommend, particularly for me because I have students working in here, label all your drawers and try to keep them grouped accordingly. In this cabinet, we got a few more quality tools. Just a few things hanging out of the bottom. Tons of energy suspension bushings because every fabricator should just have a bunch of those in the shelf. If you have the opportunity or time to make something like this, I would highly recommend it. It works awesome. You can take, you got a part off the car, you get a part off the car, you take it to the bench, you can grab tools, tools are flying off the shelf and going back on the shelf at the same speed. Everyone's happy, you get the thing fixed, you throw it back on the car, and then you're almost fully clean by the time the car rolls out of the shop. I will honestly say I have access to 4 3D printers, and I probably would not involve any 3D printed parts for this organization. The only thing I think would be really handy dandy is some 3D printed battery holders for holding some batteries on the wall. Besides that, I actually really like this wood doweling system. It's a little sturdier, and it's bigger than most available 3D printing print beds would be available. So I highly recommend it, actually, even above 3D printed gizmos, just because this is kind of tried and true, and it's 4 feet wide. Maybe what's also important to mention is how much I don't have in my shop, and I think that's a really good thing. Open space is really valuable. Honestly, I'd call this a mess right now. We got stuff everywhere. In a perfect world, all the benches are totally clean. I got one more long-term shelf. It's 3 feet wide by 21 feet long, and when it gets full, that's the sign, clear the shop out. Even all this stuff really doesn't impress me right now. Over here, we got the motor for the boys' Chevette that's just sitting there. We got to wait about a month till semester change, and then that'll go into a Chevette. We got a super top secret transmission that you shouldn't see there. And we got a boat motor, which is on its way out the door. So there you have it, guys. Just a brief tour on some tool organization. Maybe that helps you out. Maybe you get a better idea. Awesome. I will say it makes a big difference. Like this system that I got behind me here, it probably makes me 1.5 times more efficient and less likely to lose stuff. So I think it is something worthwhile in anybody's shop to put some effort into considering your organization before you just start pounding nails into random studs. And yeah, yeah. I also need to update you guys on the channel earnings on the main channel. We did break the YouTube threshold for earnings. We made $105. So thanks to you guys. That's all money that's going to be donated directly to my students in their Chevette build-off. Stay tuned to their channel too. We did in fact have a sponsor join us for one big component on this vehicle. So that's super exciting. I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say, guys, to see just how a YouTube channel could actually benefit students in education right here, right now. So yeah, I appreciate all you guys and what you guys are doing. Feel free to comment, say whatever you want. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. I'm brand new to this stuff, so I'm learning. We're kind of building the plane as we're flying it. But yeah, that's all for now, guys. We'll catch you later.